Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools, your home for Harbor Freight savings. We've been covering them for a while, and if you've been around, you've seen this before. We got the percentage off coupons going on this weekend, starting today, going through Monday, I think through the 17th. Basically, what this works out is we're going to have coupons for a bunch of different categories. Some of the ones that you've been waiting for, all right? And then if you're inside track, you get an extra 5% off on that. If you're not inside track, well, that's your call. Now, that said, I'm a fair warning, a lot of the stuff that you're going to want, like the real high-end tickets kind of stuff, a lot of it is going to already be on sale. So if it's already on sale, it's no deal. And if it's on sale for inside track, you get whatever's the lowest of the two. And in many cases, it's a few bucks lower than that one that's already on sale. But we did find some real gems to use it on here. So let's jump into it. Here we are. First off, there's the coupon. Again, it's going to be online. If you're not, they may have mailed it to you. You're going to be inside track. You should be getting it automatically. Otherwise, you're going to want to get it off of the website. So the first category we got is Bauer or Hercules, 20% off. No exclusions. Now, again, like I said, like the miter saw and the table saw, they have gone up in price. Now, the miter saw is already on sale, and you will save a few bucks more, but that's not the one you want to look at here. This is the one you want to look at here. This is the Hercules 8-inch heavy-duty professional bench grinder. We just did a video on it not that long ago. Check out the video. Look at the price on that. $200, $200 at launch. It's come down already to $190. You're going to take 20% off. It was right. Was that right? 20% off of that. Let's do a little bit of quick calculation here. Let's see here. 190 times 0.8. That's going to get you 152 for this is a professional grade. No, I don't say professional grade. It's shop grade. It's true shop grade, 1 horsepower. Reminds me of the old Daytons. It reminds me of the old Rockwell, stuff like that. It is a workhorse grinder all day long, and at $150, you're not going to come close to that anywhere else. All right, let's keep going here. We got the now the Bauer. I wanted to look at the Bauer 10-inch sliding miter saw, and here's the reality: the price brings it down to $200. It's a great saw. It's a great saw. $200 is a fair price. But I can get the Skill on sale 10-inch sliding miter saw for the same price, and then that comes with a full warranty and everything else. It's your call on that one, but this is a no-brainer kind of call. You're looking at the 20-volt. This is the cordless Bauer 7.25-inch single bevel sliding miter saw, tool only, coming in at $190. Let's do that math again real quick here. Whoops, going the wrong way there. Let's get the math going on that one. 190 on that. Times the 0.8, and we're looking at 152. I think that's what we just talked about there. Anyway, that's a great deal on that saw. Now let's talk about Harbor Freight's the Hercules. This has been just blowing people away with the power that it's got. It's comparing to the new DeWalt's. It's comparing to the Milwaukee's. And at the price point, it's not comparing. It's not even close. At $189. When the other ones are on sale, maybe they get within spitting distance, but they're like, on some of the other stuff, like the one I was just talking about with the Bauer, it's like, well, you got to take in the warranty. Not in this. 5-year warranty, 5-year over-the-counter warranty. All right? Milwaukee's got a great warranty. They've had great service. That's how they got to where they are now. But you still got to mail that sucker in. This one is right there. You're in and out under 5 minutes. That's beat that warranty. Let's look at the price, though. $190. $190. We just looked at this. $152. It's $152 for one of the most powerful ultra torque. I know we got to, you know what? They're creating their own category. Good for them. $190, $152 is just phenomenal. I can't believe you can get that kind of power for that kind of price. Let's keep going though. Let's see what one is up next. We got the battery here. We got to talk about this. Normally $130. Okay. Normally $130 on sale. This thing's coming in at, fat finger there, 130 times 0.8, $104. Try and buy a Milwaukee battery for that price, much less a 12 amp hour. I did a video a while back taking this thing apart. It got a little sparky. The thing is so well made. I've taken a lot of batteries and stuff. I had to pry this sucker apart. It is so solidly built. And what did we find on the inside? High-end, high-grade Samsung cells. This is a top tier battery at a ridiculous. Can you buy this many 21? Can you buy this many cells at that price? It's ridiculous. But I'll be honest with you. Let's hold on for a second before you run out and buy this. That's a big honking battery, okay? I blew it up. Harbor Freight actually reached out to me and said, hey, if you want, we'll replace it for you because, you sparked it and whatnot there, and you're doing a good job. But we think that you deserve to get a replacement. I said, no, I'm going to pass. I don't need a 12 amp hour battery. There's nothing. I've got an 8 amp. 8 amp is more than enough. I'll be honest, the one I use on almost everything is this 4 amp hour. And we're going to talk about that one next because this is my favorite battery that Harbor Freight makes. This is the 21700 cells, just like the other battery. High extreme performance, high output. It makes it a slightly longer foot, but slightly slimmer across. It's a great battery. I use it all the time. It's sitting right there. It's my go-to battery for Hercules stuff. $70 on that. Now $70. Let's do the math on this one. 70 times 0.8, we're looking at $56. $56. Now you're like, well, for a 5 amp hour battery, that'd be a good sale price. For a 5 amp hour battery with 18650s in it, yes. For 21700s, no. This is a great battery at that price. But here's the deal. You're looking at that price there. It was $56, but you can buy 2 of these for $80. That's the in-house deal. You don't need the so I wouldn't waste it on the batteries, honestly. Maybe get one of the rapid charge or something like that. But if you want the 12 amp hour or the 8 amp hour, you do you. But I would just get these, and you don't even need to use a coupon. You can use it for something else. Let's keep going. Maybe we're gonna keep going. Here we go. We got to talk about that. The brushless, cordless impact driver. This thing, go over to my buddies over at Torque Test Channel. Good people over there, good folks, always giving you honest reviews, just spitting out the facts there and the data on it. This thing is, I believe it's still their number one ranked when you compare for power and value and everything else. I still believe it's on top. That's above Milwaukee. That's above Flex. That's above everyone else. It puts out a ton of power in a nice, tidy little package. In fact, we got a video coming out where I'm going to be showing this against the Flex, against the Milwaukee, and against a newcomer to see if he can hold his own. So that's probably going to come out next week. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you've chomped the old like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell. You know how it goes. Anyway, sorry, I'm a little hoarse here. It's fighting the weather. It's getting chilly. It's in the 40s here tonight. Yes, I'm recording this at darn near midnight. You're watching this on Friday, but for me, it's still Thursday. Anyway, this is a great kit here. $80 for the, or not $80, sorry, $98 for the kit there. And that comes out to be, let's see, 98 times 0.8, we're looking at $78. That's a pretty good kit for under $80. I don't think you're going to come close, but if you're already in the Hercules battery system, or maybe you just decided to get 2 of the 8s there, or 2 of the 4s, you can get you 8 there, and you're looking at this one, 70 times 0.8, you're looking at $56 for one of the best impact drivers on the market. Harbor Freight's really, I've been doing this now for 7 or 8 years now, and I've seen them when they first started doing the good, better, best. When they came out with their first brands, and we were like, what's going on here? Because before it was finding the diamonds in the rough. Now it's like looking at, like, you can't walk around without stumbling across a big hunk and chunk of diamond. Anyway, it's $56 for one of the best impacts out there. That is cheaper than a Ryobi base. Ryobi. Anyway, Bauer, let's talk some Bauer stuff. All right. You saw my video on this, right? Absolutely love this thing. It's a belt sander. It's a grinder. You can do metal work. You can do woodwork. You can change it to put in different types of belts in it. $170. Just came out this summer. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't think there's been any coupons out for it. If there are, correct me on that, but you're looking at 170 times 0.8, $136. For a belt, an 8-inch belt grinder, or 8-inch grinder with the belt. I think the belt's 27, 28. Anyway, 2-inch wide belt, nice belt with the gooseneck LED. It's not for everybody, but if it's for you, this one took me by surprise, because honestly, I was about to do this whole thing where, hey, this is great and it's a great deal and yada yada, but really you want to get the Win. And the reality is the Win and this and a bunch of the other ones, that if they look alike, chances are they are alike. I've been following this style of oscillating belt spindle sander for years. I've done several videos on them. They're like, they all share the same DNA. All right. As far as I know, they come out of one factory. Even the rigid one that's slightly bigger comes out of the same factory. Okay. That said, this thing is at $210. It's all right. $200 is usually kind of the average. And the Win one over on Amazon has been really cheap. Well, the Win sale is over. They've blown through all their stock. I don't know what happened with Win, but the fact is, this one on sale, I think it comes out to be like 157 or something. Let me do this here. We're looking at 210 times 0.8 and 168. Sorry, 168. That is right in online or in line with where the Win was on sale, which is a ridiculous price. Ridiculous price for this thing. I think every shop should have one of these. There's just no reason not to have one. Look at go into woodworkers forums. They talk about these things all the time. They've really taken the woodworking world by a storm. Next up, the Bauer brush. We talked about the Hercules brushless. The Bauer brushless has just really stepped up. All right, you're looking at 650 pounds of breakaway torque. Now, the way they've got a number, the way they got there, I think it's really around 550. But that's for a home gamer. That's there's not much you can't do with 550. Okay, you get yourself a good battery on there. It's brushless. It's about the same size, kind of a little bit. I think it's a little bit smaller than the Ultra Torque. It's a solid impact wrench for a home gamer at $130. It's a fair price. All right. No, it's not. It's not a fair price. It's a great price. It was 104. Let's see, 130 times 0.8. I went through all these numbers before. Probably should have written them down, but it's late. I need to get through them so I can go home and go to bed. But I wanted to get you the deals when you wake up first thing in the morning. $104. That is, if you're in Bauer, home gamer, there's your torque wrench. All right, let's keep going. We got the Bauer 8 amp hour. It's $100, 20% off. That's $80 for an 8 amp battery. I don't know what more you need to say about that one. Let's keep going here. Now this is another one where it looks like a good deal, but you want to pass on this because the deal they already have is a great deal. You're getting 2 5 amp hours for $80. That makes each one of these $40. So don't waste your 20% off because you're not going to match that deal. Solid batteries, just solid, 5 amp hour batteries, works all day long. The Bauer, now, if you guys are into detailing, if you aren't into detailing, you're thinking about getting some good detailing stuff for your car, ask a buddy of yours. Everyone knows somebody who's like a car detailing nerd, right? We all know one of them, right? If that's you, well, it's you. Anyway, the point is that they all know about the Bauer. It's like this industry secret for guys who are detailing cars. I don't know a car detailer who does not have one of these on his truck or in his car or something. They all use them. $70 on this, and you're looking at let's see. I know it's getting close to winter here. You're like maybe thinking about car detailing, but when you get a sale, you got a sale. So $70 times 0.8, you're looking at $56 for what is considered one of the just go-to tools in car detailing. If I can say car detailing again, that'd be great. Bauer 20-volt brushless cordless half-inch drill. If you can't laugh at yourself, we have a rule in the house that I taught the kids that you can't laugh at anybody else until you can laugh at yourself. So, we're good about accepting jokes and making fun of ourselves around here, and I hope you all are too. It really lightens up your whole day. Anyway, 20-volt brushless cordless. This is a great, again, the brushless on Bauer is stunning considering the price at $40. Now look at this, get 2 tools, only $100. When you get 2 of those, you're at $80. So why would you buy this as part of the tool package? I don't get it at $40. That's $80. I wouldn't want to split that with something else. But that said, at $40, 40 times 0.8, this is going to be $32. Now, I got to think that that's a sale price. And when you try to do this, they're going to be like, no, you can't get it because that's a sale price. But it doesn't say it on the website. And again, I'm doing this before the store opens. So $32 for a brushless drill, tool only, Granted, 30. That's insane. And impact driver. This is a fantastic little impact driver. Just the bee's knees for a budget DIY or prosumer type. And at $32, oh my gosh, can you imagine that? All right, let's keep going here. Daytona jacks. We got now this one. Okay, I know we're going to get into some stuff here. Any single floor jack, comma, jack stands, comma, or Daytona lift product. So not just Daytona. You can get the Pittsburgh stuff and all that. But honestly, those go on deals, and we're not going to really talk about that so much. We're going to try to we're going to try to maximize your dollars here. So 15%. Now again, remember, all the ones I'm showing you are inside track. If you're not inside track on any of these coupons, you're knocking 5% off. And you're paying these people are saying, like, I'm not going to sign up for inside track. I'm going to teach them a lesson. You're paying more for what lesson are they supposed to learn there? Anyway, point is that the wording is important, okay? So let's go through this. Now, the Super Duty, which is fabulous, that's the new purple one, everything else, it's already on sale. Yes, you can use the coupon on it and get a few bucks off more, but it's not that much more. So we're going to cover some of the other ones. So this everyone knows, everyone around the channel knows this is my favorite. The long reach, the 3-ton high lift, long reach. It is low profile. It's also the one that lifts the highest because it's the longest, hence it can lift the highest. It's got the quick pump system. It comes in 4 luxurious colors. I don't know if they're ever going to expand the colors on these. I hope they do, but it's fantastic, Jack. You're looking at $240 on this. Let's see here, $240. You can tell some of you guys, I know you love it when I do these late night ones because you know I get loopy. $240 times 0.8. We're looking at $192. That's some throwback pricing on that one there. It's great. I have one sitting right there. The green one. You've probably seen my video on it. 6-ton jacks. Now I do need to grab me a set of these. All the vehicles I have are fairly big. I've got my 1-ton pickup truck, my Ram. I have got a Ford 2009 Ford Expedition XL. We got a 99 Chevy Suburban. I did have a BMW, a 99 BMW 740IL, smooth, sleek. My son's driving it. Don't need the 6-ton for that, but you do for all the other ones I'm talking about. $80 is a great deal. And you're gonna save $16 off of that. Math on that comes out to, $64 for a pair of 6-tons. And remember, 6 tons rated together there. All right, let's keep going here. This is the one I want to grab because, the jack stands, I'm about to do a road trip. I do road trips all the time. I'm always driving across country. I'm a fool for it. I hate flying. And 20-ton heavy-duty hydraulic jack. I'm thinking about grabbing this one. It's got a 20-inch lift. I might need to grab some board stabilizers to go with it to give it a little bit of extra lift. But, there's some lift spots on my truck that I think will make it work where I can get any wheel off the ground fairly easy at $90. That's going to take $18 off. So that's $72 on that if my math is correct. Look, at no calculator. Ooh, me being daring. Probably entirely wrong. All right, now this is the one. Slow your roll. I know there's some of you already tapping away on your keyboards. I can hear you from here in the past. That's how loud you are. You're already going, hey, Bear, what about the jack? What about the Badlands jack? Can I use it for the jack? The answer is I don't know. But the second answer is you don't want to. Bear with me. And I will explain why later. All right. Yukon, US General, and Icon, 15% off. Think about it. All right. Now, this one is already, again, this is one of the ones that are already on sale. I want to use this as an example because I know so many people love this, especially now that it's in plum crazy purple. All praise be to Mopar. Sorry, I tease. My Ram, I am Mopar partial. But as I said, I've got a Ram, I got a Ford, I got a GM, I got a BMW. I'm not, I'm non-denominational. I drive what I like. But I do love the Mopar colors and plum crazy purple. That just brings back some memories. So that said, the 6-drawer full bank service cart, 34-inch here. On sale for $500, down from $600. But if you use the coupon, I think it takes it to $480. So you'd save an extra $20. But if that's all you're going to use it for, then save your extra. You save your extra $20. Don't just throw it away. Now this, I just bought this. No, I didn't buy that. I'm not buying the gray because you know how we do it. We go Stormtrooper white around here. It matches my big old cabinet. If you haven't seen that, we got that. I got a video I got to do on this. I'm thinking about doing some mods to it. I got some. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's the nice thing about this thing. It's $130. I think it's $104 with the discount. Let me see here. 130 times 0.8 is 104. And at 104, it's like, hey, if I do want to hack this thing up and try a few things and do some mods, it could be worse. This is my, you have to wait and see what I'm going to do to it, but this is my, take the tools to the project rather than pulling the project in. Part of my problem here is I got a nice 3-car garage, but it's got one door, and that door is standard height, and my truck will not fit in here, which means when I work on my truck, I'm doing it outside. So this sucker's got to roll. So I got to take the tools, roll out there, and I don't want to be walking back and forth every single time. Oh my gosh, not going to happen. All right, let's keep going. The Series 3, this is what I was hinting at before. It just came out. It's on sale. The Series 3 is on sale. Now wait, what was it? Oh, it's 15% off. It was not. It's not. I take that back. I may have goofed here. Let's do this one. This one is 600 times 0.85. Yeah, you're looking at 510. So you don't want to do that one on that one. And then this is going to be. You see, this is what happens when you let me do these things at night. This is what happens when I don't get my sleep. 130 times 0.85, and you're looking at 110. Still, it's less than I paid for it because I needed it right then, and I wasn't going to wait, and that's what happens. By the way, no, you can't go back and use these on past purchases. Now, Harbor Freight does have a 90-day return policy. Just saying. All right, now let's look at this. We're looking at $900 for the Series 3 56-inch by 22. It's got the power drawer. It's got the cool black, piping on it, or the handles and stuff. It's a gorgeous box. It comes in all the lovely colors there, including white, because that's the one that, God's only color there. Good guys wear white, right? We're coming in at $900 times 0.85, $765. $765 for brand new box, just released. You can get it on sale. That's that. Yeah. All right. Now this one, this is going to be a whole lot of maybe, if you know. You're looking at $600 on this. Now here's the deal. It doesn't say it on the website. It does say in store, but my understanding, these are clearance prices. Okay. You've got your regular 6 colors there, and they're all at $600. Now, if this isn't technically a clearance price, then you can use the coupon. Don't go in there. Remember, don't get all, riled up and stuff. It's in the computer system. If they don't, you can always ask the manager. Be super nice. Bring them flowers or chocolate or something like that. Maybe some Starbucks or one. Don't bring them Starbucks. Bring them good coffee. $600 times 0.85. If that's 510. 510. That yeah. Now about this. We're looking at the U.S. General 44-inch, which is a great starter size. Now technically, guys, you're going to see this when the Series 3 comes out. They're going to be called 42 because this is not a 40-inch cart. They've known this for years. Somebody, when they first listed it, they measured it to the handle, and they didn't want to confuse people, so they never changed it. Excuse me. So they never changed it. And just a moment, please. Oh, late night antics. So they never changed it. And, excuse me. So they never changed it, and it's been listed at 44, but technically it's a 42-inch cart. The new Series 3 will be called 42-inch cart, so the nomenclature is standard across the brand. That said, $580 for the red one, but it's $580 for the black one. Probably $580 for the blue one. I'm guessing $580 for the green, because those are the popular colors. You know what nobody likes? Nobody likes orange. $500, I might like orange or yellow. Let's see if This is a giant if, and I think the answer is no. But if 500 times 0.85, 425, throwback pricing. Oh, please, please, I would buy one at that price, and I don't even really need one. But I just probably couldn't say no. Again, talk nice. Icon. Now this one is not an if. This is on sale, 15% off. Looking at, this is the 56 inch. Now get this. We're going to do some math again here. Hopefully I'm going to get it right. 2,500 times 0.8. You're looking at $2,000. Now that is, if I believe, $200 more than the 72 inch Series 3 that I have. And you're like, why would you pay $200 more to get a smaller cabinet? Because it's not smaller. This is a 25 inch deep cabinet. When you do the X times Y times Z, this is actually a bigger cabinet than the 72 inch, the US General. Now, for me, in my situation, and I had this cabinet, just fantastic cabinet. Best cabinet I've had. And I got to tell you, I recently got rid of my Tecton, and I still miss the Tecton. I love the handles on the Tecton, but I liked this cabinet more. This was a glorious cabinet. It had the USB and the power up front. The drawers were silky smooth. Just loved everything about it. But the thing is, if you're a home gamer, which I am, I got my own shop, but I'm not doing this stuff professionally, and I don't have a giant bay to be working out of. Well, 25 plus 25, because when you pull that drawer all the way out, it comes all the way out. 25 plus 25 is 50. Do you have that much room? Because I don't. If I bring a truck in or a car, because I can fit like half my truck in here and some of the other vehicles and stuff, I don't have room to be pulling the drawer out all the time. Even on the US General, I've constantly trying to get back in there because there's stuff in the way. So just take that into consideration. All right, just that for some reason, for some people, longer is and shallower can be better. It is for me. No, long explanation for a simple answer, right? Imagine that. Yukon 46-inch 9-drawer coming in at $350. Now, this one here, this is a great beginner one. And I've often said the Husky one's better. It's deeper. It's got the USB on the side, but the Husky has gone up in price. I think it's like $500 these days. Maybe it's on sale. I don't know. Maybe wait for Black Friday, roll the bones, see what happens. But currently, at least the last two Black Fridays, they have not been doing the standard 9-drawer. They've reduced it to a 42-inch, and it is not as deep. It's like 18 inches deep as well. So you're looking at 350 times 0.8. You're looking at 280. I'm going to do that one again. 350 times 0.85, because I'm going to do it right this time. 297, just under 300. That's a solid sale price on this. Now, we saw this recently at $300, a few bucks less, but if you missed it, again, this is a great, and I've had one of these for years. I've got the one that's got the two doors on, the one down here. I've got this one right here. And I would highly recommend going with the 9-drawer over it. I would. It's just much more usable than the cabinet style. But either way, the same build construction, and I beat the snot out of this thing. I have abused it like the cousin of a redheaded stepchild. It's not fair what I've done to that cabinet, and it's still going strong. All right, let's talk about air compressors. Now, a lot of you are going to hate my answers on the air compressors because it's going to be real simple. Go big or go small, and that's it. $549 on the McGraw here. And again, we're looking at 15% off, okay? So this is the McGraw. This is the one that replaced the 30-gallon, the old black one. This one is fantastic. 550 times 0.85. You're looking at $467.50 on this. It's a phenomenal compressor for that price. The other one is the one I have in my shop. It's currently $400. And we're going to do 400 times 0.85 on that, $340. Which is, I think, kind of a standard sale price or thereabouts on this one. But it's just such a good air compressor. It's not ridiculously loud. It's very nice and vertical, so it doesn't take up a ton of floor space. It's got a nice cage around it. Easy access. The only thing I will complain about is the power switch is kind of awkward to get to at times because it's on the back side. It's on the side towards the back, kind of underneath the head of the unit, if you know what I mean. Anyway, just Annoying is all that is. But the rest of it's fantastic. 27 gallons, 200 max PSI, 5.1 SCFM, 25% quieter. It's great. Just used it yesterday. Now that said, you're like, well, where's the 10 gallon, the 20 gallon? Why bother? What are you going to get from that? What are you going to get? Excuse me. What do you get out of a 10 gallon air compressor or something? Nothing. It's not going to do anything for you. Get one of these small, quiet ones. They're so polite. All right. $190 on this one. You're looking at 15% off. Now, this isn't a great price, I don't think. $189, 99 times 0.85. You're looking at $161. It's about $8 less expensive than I think the lowest coupon that was specifically for this item. But I love this compressor so much. Harbor Freight sent it to me, years ago at this point, and it lives at our house. It's the house air compressor, whereas I have my shop air compressor. I let the kids use it. Everything else. It's aluminum on the tank. It can't rust. It's sturdy as all heck. It's got a full roll cage around the thing. It's a great little air compressor. Every time I kick it on, people are astounded. They all wince waiting for the kick, and it never comes. They're like, is it on? Yeah, it is. It's not quite that quiet, but they're all astounded by how quiet it was. All right, inside track. Welders. Now this is a no-brainer. If you've been waiting for a welder or a plasma cutter, and you probably know the one you want, you're going to go get it. But the two standouts are not the Vulcan OmniPro, because it's already on sale. You're looking at 20% off here, but the Titanium Unlimited 200 here. This is the multi-processor process. I can talk. Essentially the same as the OmniPro for the Vulcan, just the downgrade. Titanium. It's Vulcan's the top grade, Titanium's the middle grade, and then Chicago Electric Welding is the bottom tier. The real difference between the Vulcan and the Titanium is runtime. That's when it comes down to welders. That's really where it's at. When you see comparable sizes or comparable features, it's going to come down to the runtime. And runtime is like if you're running it for 10 minutes, you have to run it for, like if it has 80% runtime, you run it for 8 minutes, then let it sit and catch its breath, take a smoke break for, well, hopefully not a smoke break, take a break for 2 minutes. And the Titaniums don't have as long a runtime as the Vulcans. And for the average home gamer, that's just fine. I'll be honest, I know a bunch of value-minded budget pros where they do welding. They're not professional welders, but a lot of what they do requires some welding. And so they use the Titanium because they're not sitting there. They're not line welders welding. And you'll get a lot of guys who are like, that would never last in my shop because, I have to run 24/7. Well, no, it's not. No, and your welder costs $25,000. So good on you. You probably didn't buy it either. Shop probably did. Point is, for what these are, portable, small unit welders, they're a fabulous deal here. We're looking at $850 on this. So let me bring up the old math here. $850 times 0.8 on that, you're looking at $680. That's a sizable discount on that one. And let's go on to the next one here. We're looking at this one. And I got to think this is going to be another one of these schmabies. Like it says any welder. It's a welder. Yeah, it's also a generator, but it doesn't say Predator on it. It's under welders. It says Vulcan on it. It says welder on it. Anyway, let's see the price. We're looking at $1,800. Times 0.8. Now, this is a very specific kind of welder. This is you're going to need just this kind of welder, and you need it to be a portable as well. And the price on that was $1,440 is what we're looking at, which is ridiculously low price. All right, let's keep going here. Any single Icon hand tool. Now that one's weird, like any single one. So I can't buy sets, but they have they have two of the three items pictured. Two of them are sets. So I think it's any single SKU is what it's got to be. And I'm going to say right off the bat, don't waste it on the gold one. Harbor Freight sent me, I think I've gotten 3 of the gold ratchets and my son has one. We gave away the other ones. I had the 1/4-inch ones, and they've all grown legs. I think my daughter stole one. Anyway, get the ratcheting wrenches. Now, here's your other option. get the ratcheting wrenches. Also get the ratcheting wrenches. They're fabulous. All right, flip switch on it. These are also the ones with the anti-slip grip. Now, it's hard to see even on the website, probably going to be even harder to see on your phone, but there are little tiny teeth. And you're like, well, those teeth aren't going to make a difference. They do. You will be stunned because they present the point of contact that's before the actual edge of the bolt, so you're not rounding any corners there. And they work, they bite. And when you take it off the bolt, you will see that it did bite into it. This is a fantastic set, 10-piece, non-skip, comes with the tray, just like Mr. Snappy does them there, coming in at $170. Now, again, these are, let's see, 25% off. 25% on that. So let's do this. We're going to do the math. 170 times 0.75. You're looking at 127.50. They're not cheap. They're just not. But these are professional grade tool truck, killers is what they are. Gear Wrench came out and they kind of set the tone. And now we see Gear Wrench, we see Carlisle. What's the other one with the goat on it? Capri. There's a bunch of them out there who are all doing the same thing. Tecton's doing the same thing. But these are phenomenal. Now, I've got the ones without the teeth on it. And I use them all the time. They're my go-to. They're nice and they're long. They give you lots of good leverage. They're fantastic. Now, split beam torque wrench. We always talk about the click style. I've got the click style. A lot of people say I don't talk enough about the split beam torque wrenches. And you know what? They're 100% right. I should talk about them more because it is a dead accurate way of doing it. $120, $130. And it brings it down to, it's 25% off. So I got to do the math again. I was going to say 104, but that's not. It's 130 times 0.75. And that brings it down to $97.50 for a half inch, 40 to 250 split beam. That's a no-brainer right there. Also, this one just came out. And if you haven't seen it before, this one's got something special. I'm pretty sure these are made by Mayhew. And the reason is I have the Mayhew set and it looks just like it. The handle looks just like it. And just like on the handle, it says made in USA because these are made in USA tools. $100, 25% off. That's $75 for a 50-inch professional pry bar made in the USA. I don't know what more to tell you. All right, let's keep going here. This one, I had to put it in here because it is just that good. I did a whole video trying to find a set that was better. Because I thought, this is a great set, but someone's got to be doing it better. They got to be, no one's doing it better. I looked at them. You find one that's better. There just isn't. It does it all. It's $40, 25% off, $30. Good luck finding one in stock, though. That's going to be your dilemma. See if they'll give you a rain check on that because it is so good. It lives in my truck. I always have it with me. Next up, Quinn, 25% off. All right, now the first one, everyone's going to jump up and say the Quinn Master Tech set, 420 piece, one and done, 25% off, takes it down to $300. It's hard for me to say you're wrong, but you might be wrong. It's a great set. It's not a perfect set. It's got the screwdrivers in there. It's got some decent wrenches. The ratchets are 72 tooth quick release, which is okay. It's okay. The sockets, they're good sockets, but they have the drawback that I see in a lot of the budget sockets where the deeps are 6 point, but the shallows are 12. And that's why when I look at them, I compare them to Cobalts and stuff like that. Which is why when I saw the next ones and they compared them to Tecton, I was like, I don't know about that. And that is the master sets here. This is the half inch. There's a half inch for 83 piece half inch master set. And you're getting all the sockets, shallows and deep, all 12 point. You're getting the seal head 90 tooth ratchet there. You're getting the little breaker bar. You're getting the extension. You got a couple swivels there for $200. 25% off on that. That was at $150. We also can get the Quinn here looking at, was $140 there. And this is the 3/8 size. 72 piece. Again, you're getting one of the ratchets. You're getting 2 swivels. You're getting an extension. And then we got the 1/4 inch, and you're getting the extension, the ratchet, 1 swivel, 2 extensions actually, and the screwdriver handle there for $60. Basically, it comes out to $400. You add them all up, 25% off. That if you want to focus, if you want to go one and done, get the big master set and be done. I know people who have, they're thrilled with it. It's fantastic. But if you're going to like, hey, I need to be more serious about the sockets, this is the way I would lean. Now you can only use like one of these per day. But you got 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And is it Monday? Let me double check the calendar, make sure I'm not, Sunday is the 17th. So it's not Monday. It's through Sunday. So if you left already and heard me say Monday before, sorry. Anyway, point is that, you got 3 days, 3 sets. Take the wife. You can get 6. Now this one, the Quinn, SAE Metric Master Impact Set, 61 piece. This is a solid set, $180. Let's do the math on this one though. We're looking at, 180 times 0.25 and we're at 45. No, we're not at $45 times 0.75, 135. That's a great price on a good solid socket set here. 1/2 inch. These are nice sockets there. Look at you got all the extensions. You got a great case. You got a swivel in there. If you need to pick up a one and done master set of sockets, there you go. All right. And also, if we're talking Quinn, we got to talk about this is not just a digital torque wrench. Okay. This is the digital angle torque wrench. And there's a lot of these torsion style bolts that are out there where you have to torque it and then you have to torque it to a specific angle of torque to get it because they stretch and you want them under just the right amount of stretch. And there's ways to do it with a regular torque wrench and do the math on it and stuff. But you get a little protractor thing. And anyway, this just does it. And for $180, that's a great one. And we already did the math on it, but I've forgotten what it is. 180 times 0.75. We're looking at 135 on it. All right, let's keep going here. We got, well, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Badlands. Remember when I said, we're looking at 20%. Remember I said, don't look at the floor jack? Now you can look at the floor jack. We're looking at 300. Remember the Daytona ones, I believe that coupon was 15% off. This coupon's 20% off. It says Badlands off-road, Badland off-road. It's got to be a part of it, right? I mean, shouldn't be a schmaybe. This has got to be a slam dunk. So if you've been wanting to get the Badland jack, I've got one in the shop. Now, granted, Harbor Freight sent it to me, full disclosure. But remember when I said how I have to work on a lot of the stuff outdoors? I love my Daytona, but if I'm going off the concrete, even in my shop, I find myself grabbing this. It rolls easier. It rolls over, cracks. And my floor in my shop is 100 years old. It is. I'm looking at giant, like Grand Canyon style cracks. It is not smooth. It is not nice and polished. So something like this works great in my shop. You're looking at 320 times 0.8, $256. It's just a stunning jack at $256. Also, it's got the extension on it, so you can put the extension on top. It locks in. Look at the lift you got. That even though the extension itself extends, you got a whole lot of lift in that. That'll get you. And the base of it is flat, and the wheels are really narrow. Now you're like, well, why would you want narrow wheels for off-road? So they sink. They sink in, lock it in, and the base is flat and sealed on the bottom. So it sits on the base, wheels lock it from swiveling, and now you got a solid jack surface no matter where you are. It's almost like engineers plan that. Sometimes engineers get it right. Sometimes they put the oil filter up inside where no person with an adult-sized hand can reach it. Dodge, I'm talking to you. Badlands Apex Winch. All right. I think, honestly, everyone needs to have a solid winch in their lives. I mean, how else are you going to get your beer, right? Winch, not wench. My bad. Anyway, it's a German thing you wouldn't understand. Point is, $600. This is phenomenal. piece of equipment here. If Matt's off-road recovery can make a fortune pulling people out of ditches in the middle of nowhere with this, I think you'll be okay. I know quite a few people in the overlanding community in Vegas and up here in Montana, and this has every new build has this winch on it. I mean, you can talk about all the standard, Warren and, what was the other one? Starts with an S. Anyway, used to see those all the time. Everywhere you look, it's this. I see them on, we got a bunch of hot shotters, down in Vegas that we see all the time running back and forth between LA and loading cars on the flatbeds. That's the winch they got on there. They're everywhere. It's a no-brainer at this point. Synthetic rope. It's a great build. If I ever get around to putting a winch on my truck, I'm not even going to think about it. That's going to be the one I'm going to get. Just going to wait for it to go on sale like this. $600 times 0.8, $480. Yeah, no one's touching that thing. It's got the remote. It's got the shack. It's just fantastic. Now, if you've got an ATV or UTV, or maybe you just need to lift an elk up into the bed of your truck, this is its baby brother. Synthetic rope, 5,500 pounds, winch it's basically just the small ATV version of the other one. You're looking at 260. Actually, no, you're looking at 208. 208. Oh, elk season is around the corner. Maybe I need to justify this. If I could find a way to mount it in my truck, I need to get a roll bar for that. Anyway, this one I got to talk about. All right, it's $80. It's $100, 20% off, $80. I grew up with, farm jacks like this. They're just standard. Everyone had one. They were just here and there and stuff. That said, if you don't know how to use one, don't. All right. They're stupid simple. They do a great job. You can get a lot of lift on these things, but that's a lot of pressure on that. And if you don't have it set up right, you can hurt yourself. So if you decide to get one of these, watch a bunch of videos on it, read some manuals on it, be safe and know how to do it. But once you get it down, I know guys who pulled, trucks up the side of a cliff using these things. They're ridiculous with it because you can use them like a come along as well. They're just astonishing what you can do with them, which is why back in, my day, every Jeep had one of these strapped right to the hood. Anyway, $80. If you know what you're looking for, it is a phenomenal deal on that one. All right, let's keep going. Atlas, Bauer, and Portland. Here's what we're not going to talk about in this one. We're not going to talk about Atlas, and we're not going to talk about Portland. I'm sorry, Harbor Freight. I'm sorry, but I love you guys. The Atlas still doesn't math out for me. I just looked at it, and I'm like, oh, maybe it probably will now. 20% off. So a self-propelled lawnmower with the battery, with the charger. After discount, $500. They're great. It's great equipment. It really is. But I can get an Ego for that price. Top line Ego on sale because they go on sale below $500, especially this time of year. You can go to Walmart right now and get, now granted, it's a 40 volt. You get the Heart 40 volt. Now, and your mileage may vary, but they're blowing them out. We had guys telling me they were getting them for $175 with the battery and with the charger. It's not the 80 volt, but I'm sorry, but $500 for a sale price just doesn't strike me as a right home, like, wow, that's great. We got to get it. And I know guys on this channel who have viewers who have this and swear by it and absolutely love it. And I think that's great. And I think it's a fantastic piece of equipment, but the bargain bear in me is saying it doesn't cut it. And the Portland one, the Portland washer is already on sale, so you're not going to want to waste it on that. So let's talk about the Bauer stuff. Bauer pole saw. I've been whacking down box elder trees around my house. They grow like weeds. Caught my wife on a ladder in the back of my truck, in the bed of my truck, on a ladder, wearing safety glasses and a bike helmet, cutting down branches. Safety first. Don't try that at home, especially if you're my wife. That was ridiculous. Anyway, this pole saw is fantastic. it for a home gamer, it just works. It's $80. What was the percentage off on it again? I've already forgot because my diatribe, 20% off. So you can get $16 off of that. It's nothing super fancy, but one thing I like about it, it's got a telescoping handle. So I don't have to go, like I've got another one from Skill where it will extend the same length, but you have to take it apart, go get a third piece, put it in, then lock the two pieces together. Which when I'm out there doing stuff, I don't want to take it apart and do all that. I just want to extend it and reach it. That's the good news. Bad news is it doesn't lock very well. All right. And none of these extending ones do. So after you use it a little bit, it doesn't like slam in. It slowly creeps back down and you got to extend it again. It's not a terrible thing, but it is like, it shouldn't do that, right? They should have like an actual, like put a detent in there. Let me lock it at full extension, put a detent in. That's it. Anyway, but it cuts through stuff, all right? Now, box elder is technically a hardwood, but it's not the hardest wood out there. It's one of the softest hardwoods. And my friend, an oak tree fell during one of the winds that we have here in Montana, and our neighbors borrowed it, and they absolutely loved it, asked where they could buy one. And he's got a bunch of Milwaukee stuff, and but not a pole saw, and he was thrilled using this pole saw. Let's keep going. We got the trimmer here. I actually really like this trimmer. It is not, I'm going to mow down 4-foot grass in the back 40. It's not that. It's like, I got a yard. It's an average size yard because I have an average style house. And I just need to trim my sidewalk and the grass around stuff. And it will do that. But on top of that, and it's kind of hard to see there, but there's little wheels right here. Now, Works did this first. And I really appreciate, the stuff that they do and the innovating and whatnot. But there's everyone who's got one of these things now. But you turn it sideways and it's got the little wheels. And now it's an edger. So for $50 and 20% off of that. So you're taking $10 off for $40. And you get an edger, you get a trimmer. It's got good balance when you get the battery in it. It's a great trimmer. Blower, solid blower. With the nose cone on it, the reducer, it actually produces a fair amount of power, which I will say this, most 20-volt blowers don't. It's probably just the reducer that makes it a little bit better. I don't know, but it works. And you're not going to blow stacks of wet leaves with it. You're not going to blow snow, a foot of wet snow off your truck. But for grass trimmings and dry leaves and stuff like that, and drying the dog in the car and whatnot, great blower. Again, $40. Now, the Bauer pressure washer here, for one of the higher end electric pressure washers, it's got the nice dolly style. It's got huge wheels. For one of these, it's huge wheels. 230 PSI, 1.2 gallons per minute. It's not the same as a gas pressure washer, but it's about as close as you're going to get for under $300. It's got all the tips, great format. It's got the soap dispenser, all of that built in there. And you're looking at saving, was it 50? It takes you down to $200. Is that right? 10% would be $225. 25 is that 50? That's $200. Look at that. I did it in my head. All right. Tarps. I'm not going to show you any tarps because here's the deal. If it moves, use the silver one. If it doesn't move, use the blue one. If neighborhood kids come and hit it with a stick, use the black and silver one. All right. Blue is weakest. Black and silver is the toughest. Silver is the Goldilocks zone in the middle. I've never really needed one of the black and silver ones. I have one. It's super tough. I never really need it. The silver ones are fantastic. Use them all the time. The blue ones are just for covering something and keeping rain off of it. Don't put it on a trailer. Don't put it in a high wind area. It won't hold up. But other than that, if you get them weighted down, everything, they're fine. They're all waterproof. It's not like they're going to all of a sudden unwaterproof. Let's see. And what else we got? I think there's one more category. Oh, the canopy categories. Now, here's my experience with these. Absolutely none. All right. I will say this. Harbor Freight did send me one of the canopies. I went to Lake Mead. I was setting it up. One of the gusts from Lake Mead came and bent it in half. No fault of them. It was my child who was supposed to be holding the other side was like, oh, I just stopped to bump. Yep. Anyway, kids, you can't be mad at them. The point is, and that's Lake Mead, which that's the thing about Vegas is it'll not be windy, and then suddenly it's all wind. In fact, several of the RV parks down there have a guy who stays there permanently. All he does is fixes awnings. because people, even the people with the retractable awnings, they won't come in fast enough because the gusts come out of nowhere. So you can't use them down there. And then here in Montana, no. I live in Livingston. It is, just look up Livingston wind and look for some pictures of car wrecks. You will see what happens. They've stood trains on end. The wind here is prehistoric, and so I don't ever use these. I had some people say that they had the car canopy and it was great. That's all I can say about it. I don't have any firsthand knowledge, because if I did, it would be in Oz with Dorothy. There you go. That's the weekend sales with all the hot coupons and stuff. Hope you liked what we did here. Please chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell. I'm going to go home and go to sleep because I'm slap happy. But you all have a great weekend. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.